To be a CASA volunteer, it takes commitment, diligence, objectivity, and passion. Training is 6 weeks long and involves both online and in-person work. It's not a job for everyone, so the question you have to ask yourself is, do you have what it takes? Hey everybody, welcome back to another season of Casa Superhero. We're going to be following 2 candidates in our new CASA training course to gain an experience of what it's like to go through the CASA training. I'm here with Chris Mettis today, who is our lead trainer for the CASA training. We're going to talk a little bit about what's involved. So Chris, what is the CASA training? What do they do?
So we have a 6-week training. We meet once a week on Thursday nights and a couple Saturdays throughout training. It's about 55 hours of training of online and in-person work that we do. And it really covers a ton of topics. So we talk about substance abuse, mental health, trauma, child development, and we have community presenters come in that are professionals that work with the families that we work with.
Sounds really comprehensive.
It's a lot of info. It's like feeding from a fire hose. It's a lot of information, but you really figure out how to use that information once you get a case with specific issues.
So, and for those of you who don't know, CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and we are also guardian ad litems in our community. So it's a pretty big role when you consider how much the judge and the court relies on the information that we provide on behalf of the child. Basically, we're a child-focused advocacy program for abused and neglected children. Yeah. So Chris, I know that one of the big things people are concerned about when they sign up to become a volunteer is the time commitment. So can you tell me a little bit more about the time commitment?
Yeah, so the training is the most intensive part. It is about 55 hours of at-home and in-class work over those 6 weeks. But after that, we really try to find a case that meets the needs of the advocate. So if it's a less complex case, it might take a little less time. And on average, statewide, we think advocates spend about 2 to 6 hours per week on their case, depending on the complexity. So we really try to fit it to the advocate. And we do have a lot of professionals working full-time that go through our training and become advocates.
So you all know that one of the things that I talk about all the time is how much we need advocates, and nobody knows that more than Chris. And Chris, could you talk to us a little bit more about the need for advocates?
Our goal at CASA is to assign 100% of children in foster care a CASA advocate. And every year that number of children in foster care continually grows, and so we're not quite there yet. So when children don't have a CASA assigned, our staff monitors those cases. And our staff is very busy supporting the advocates we have. And so it does take away our time to support those advocates. And we aren't able to commit as much time to those children that an advocate would be able to.
Excellent. So really what we're asking our community to do, we have trainings every spring and every fall. And you guys saw in the last Casa Superheroes series I did, we had a class of, it was 6, right?
Yep.
Really, we should be having classes of 15 to 20 to actually meet the need in the community. Absolutely. And so we need a lot more people signing up to become advocates. And so you heard from Chris. It's not going to take up all your time, although it will take up some time. And really, you just have to care about kids, pass a background check, be 21 years or older, and be able to commit to at least 2 years becoming a CASA, right?
Yes.
And really the reason why we ask for 2 years is because that's the average time a child spends in foster care, and we want them to have the same CASA from the start of their case until the time that they achieve either a place in a guardianship situation, they're reunited with their family, or they're adopted. So Chris, when are we starting training?
So we have orientation scheduled on March 29th.
Excellent. So tune in for a new season of Casa Superheroes sometime after March 29th then.
Yeah.